I screwed up yesterday at the start of the vlog. I said it was build day 8. I was wrong. It was build day 7, so I screwed up. Normally I don't screw up on the day count until we're in the teens. But anyway, today is actually build day 8. So welcome to that. Show you a little bit of a glimpse of what we've done so far on the super secretive display. That wall over, we're just a hair too far. We got up to here skinned so far. Around here and into the graveyard. And we've got a KK having fun exploring the maze. And then yesterday we got in here and got the basics in on the graveyard. For today, we've got a lot to do in this display. Gotta get in here. I've gotta get all these panels wired up so the LEDs come on. That's one of the jobs. I think our first thing we're gonna do is I have a fence panel that runs from that wall to this wall. I need to get my measurements. I think it's 8 feet. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to double check. And we got to get that in. I probably ought to get that in first so it's in here and out of the way. So we got the wiring, the fence panel, and then this wall panel here. I got to get rigged up with some hinges so we can take the panel loose and actually turn it into a door. That will allow me access to this area here, because there's a wall running from here out, and that's our mechanical room, and there's a projector in there too. All our wiring for the haunt dumps into this area. And down there toward the truck, there's a screen, so we have a projector there. So I need a door in here, and I gotta get that rigged up. And I still got this area here that needs to be skinned. And then I've got plywood I need to put on. And it will cover this hallway and the hallway running down the front of the house there. So I need to get that in. Then this display will be done. So we've got some work to do out here. It's going to be fun. And I forgot breakfast of the day. We're not having breakfast today, so no breakfast of the day. How about that? Okay, I haven't been out here too long, but I do have a couple of things, quick things for you. One, I got the fence panel in, which was not that hard. I had to put it up and over the walls to get it in there. That's an 8-foot panel, and trying to get it through the maze would have been a bitch. Second, I just got done doing our secret door. And it opens up right there where the Iron Maiden goes. Now to do it, it's not that hard. I put a hinge there and a hinge down there. Now I drove 2 stakes into the ground. One is attached to this section of the wall. The other one's attached to that section of the wall. And I just ran 2 screws through it. One there, and the same thing on the other one, which anchors the walls to the stake. They still wobble a bit. It's always going to wobble a bit no matter what I do. It's going to wobble a bit. Now to seal it shut, what I'll end up doing later is I'll drive a screw here and a screw here, and I'll just put a zip tie across it. Then every night all I got to do is take the zip tie loose, open up the door, come in here, turn on the projector, go back out, put the zip tie back on, and we're good to go. So, secret door and the fence panel's done. Next project, I think, is I'm going to go ahead and get those panels wired up so the lights work, and then we'll worry about this. I did have a comment on yesterday's vlog I wanted to address. I believe it was Professor C over on YouTube. Asked me about my partition panels. How often do I have to replace them? It varies. I've got some like this here with the orange on it. Anything that was on the orange, had the orange on it, was once in the photo hallway, And it was the first year we had the foam panels on the walls for the photo hallway, when it was back where my truck was sitting. And that's been, oh God, 9 years ago? I think it's been about 9 years or so since I made up that set. And the reason why they were orange is because at that time, the photo hallway panels were orange and brown, and I didn't like the bare, it was a end wall. Like here, I had a photo hallway panel here and a photo hallway panel there, and I didn't like the bare wood showing, so I went through and I painted it. Okay, these are the olds. These are about 9 years old. As far as replacing them, every year when I take the haunt down, I go through the panels. Anything that is severely cracked, like this one's getting to be, it needs to be replaced. Getting cracked up here around the screw. A piece of wood is rotted out on it. Or for some odd reason, right where a knot is, like if there was a knot here, it cracks and breaks. You know, I set them off to the side, and then over the winter, I go back through and rehab them, and put them back in the stack. You know, and it varies. Like this one, like I said, it's 9 years old. It's held up 9 years. But, you know, probably this year it's going to get pulled, and we'll redo it, because it's got a crack there, and it's got a crack there. And what will happen is that screw will work loose, and this bottom piece will come loose. Or up there. You know, something like that needs to be replaced. And like I said, I go through all the partition panels. And I think, not counting the 1 foot panels, just the 2 foot panels, I have about 250 of them all together, roughly. Around in that ballpark. I think this year we're using 235, and last year we used 250. So, something around that lines. I know this last winter I went through and I rehabbed all the 1 foot panels, because they were really bad. They haven't been rehabbed in years. I just kept reusing them, patching and reusing them. Well, this last winter I rehabbed them too. So, Professor C, I hope that answers your question, or explains it. If you want more details, send me a message. But anyway, like I said, I think next step, we're going to be getting the wiring out, and my quick connect, and we're going to get those panels wired up. And we'll go on from there. Well, maybe it was a good thing I ended up with yesterday off from work and was able to work in the haunt, because I'm going to have to call a rain day. The clouds are coming in. We've had it like this for the last week. They blow in, they blow out, we get maybe a light sprinkle, and then it quits. Well, today they're coming in, staying in, and it's dumping pretty good. So I'm going to call a rain day. I'm going to go in the house for a while. We'll keep an eye on the weather, and then probably come back out a bit later once it slackens off, and keep going. Right now I am working on wiring these panels up. I've got this wall from here all the way to the back wall done so far. Still got the rest of it to do, and it's not fun being up underneath a tree that's dripping trying to do wiring. So, rain day. Yes, I did make it back outside. The rainstorm only lasted about an hour and a half. We've gotten someplace. I've gotten all the skins up in this area. These panels here will be spider panels. It's a spider hall's the next display. And we got all these up yesterday. I got these all wired. They're all working. I've got one row. 1, 2. Second one there. It works and it doesn't work. It works and it doesn't work. I've checked my connections. The connections are fine. And then we get over here, and you've seen that. What you haven't seen is this. I just got this sheet of plywood up. I was just crawling up there to attach it when Sue-Ann called dinner. And I've got it attached, so I'm going to go get dinner. After dinner, I've got another sheet of plywood that goes in here. One more sheet. And I got a little sheet to put in here. Some scrap that goes in there. And then the exit hole for this display will be done. Then we can start working over here, because I gotta plywood this off too. Slowly but surely we are getting there. Well, another display done with the basics. Got the sidewalls up. Just finished putting the plywood up in here. And they come around. It's a lot different feeling in here. One, there's an echo with the sidewalls up, and when you can't see through to the other side of the walls, it makes it kind of a little bit more creepier in here. And then they go out into the mausoleum. Now, Swan has a little bit of yard work to do in here. We've got a bush there, plus a lot of ruts, and there's a divot. So Swan's tomorrow's going to come out, trim the bush down a little bit lower, and then we're going to put a thick layer of dirt right through here to help get rid of the divot. Now, our next order of business is going to be spider snake, and that is out here. Now, like I said, I can only go as far as the curb here. It actually extends out that way a little ways. So for now, I can get the partition wall. It runs from that one out to this corner and over to the planter done. I also have a wall that runs somewhere right down in through here, and it has a couple of stud walls coming out on it, and then we can get this area skinned, which shouldn't take too long. And the nice thing about the wall that runs down here, it's also the other side of it's also clown, so I'll be doing part of the clown too. So 2 birds with 1 stone on that one. But we're going to get started on it tonight. I am not going to get it anywhere near ready for skinning tonight. That will be tomorrow. But we will at least get a start on it tonight. We got a little ways. I got from there out to here, and Kaylee just got done helping me put the screen panel in. There's a projection screen that goes on there. And I'm going to have to work on that wall. It's leaning a little bit. I'll do that tomorrow. Not all that hard. Pop out 2 screws, pull the stake, move the stake over a little bit, put it back in, straighten up the panel. I'm going to get cleaned up, and then you'll have your end of the day wrap up. Well, even with the rain delay of about an hour and a half, we still didn't do too bad. If we hadn't had that rain delay, I probably would have had all the partitions for the snake spider area done. We started out getting the secret door in. Then we got the fence panel in, which was fun because I had to put it up and over the wall to get it in. Then we went through and got started wiring up the panel that had LED lights in them. Then the rain hit, so we took an hour and a half break while it was raining. Came back out, got that finished, and then started working on plywood. That was fun, because that had to go up and over the wall. And it's normally not that hard, but this time I was fighting the tree because the plywood kept getting snagged on some of the bigger branches inside the tree. Has 4 sheets of plywood that we put up there, and 2 scrap pieces to get the area covered that we needed to get covered. I still need 3 sheets of plywood, full sheets, to do the photo hallway, which is out on the driveway. That has to be totally covered. So I'm going to have to go down and get plywood here. It won't be this week, it will be next week. Would have been this week, except the market got screwed up yesterday. So, but we are getting there. For tomorrow, well, I've got to get the car put over into its Halloween position. In other words, against the garage behind the trailer, which means I need to hook up the trailer to the truck and get them out of the way so I can get the car over there. And I got to clean up in front of the garage a little bit too, because literally the bumper of the car goes right up against the garage, literally. I need to do that so I can finish doing the partitions in the spider area. If I leave the car where it is and do the partitions, then we can't get into this end of the haunt without having to walk the whole haunt, because the car is going to be blocking the door. So the car's got to get moved. So I got that to do. I got partitioning in the spider snake territory, skinning, fencing, and then we'll head over and work on clown territory for a little bit and see where we get with that. I don't think we'll get to clown tomorrow, or if we do, we won't get it finished tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm thinking Wednesday we'll be done with the maze on the grass. It will be totally done. Fencing and everything will be in. Which means Thursday, Friday, and part of the day on Saturday we'll be moving props in and probably getting some of the displays set up with their props. I doubt very highly I'll get to lighting, but we'll at least get some of the props in. We got stuff all over the place. It'd be nice to at least get stuff out into their displays. I know Sunday is our last market. Monday we have final business errands to do. And then when we get home, we start doing the driveway. And the photo op, which means the 12-foot skelly will be going in next week sometime. Looking forward to that. That's still a week away. I think, tomorrow morning we have some quickie errands to do in the morning, so I probably won't get out here till around 11 o'clock or so to do any work. And to be honest, it might be a good idea to do Mom's car for early morning before we get a lot of traffic out on the road. But we'll have to wait and see. But right now, Kaylee wants me to go in the house. She wants to go in the house and sack out on her bed by my computer table. Excuse me. Ooh, stinky. Anyway, stay spooky, stay toxic.